Welcome back to this episode of Cope's Corner. I'm your host, as always, Mike Copenaber, aka Real Mike. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, all at the likes of KOPESKORNER. Stoked to be here to talk about some past UFC 279, which was Diaz Ferguson, that went down and we absolutely dominated. So I hope you guys made some money. Can't thank you guys enough for always being here. My man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, will be the co-host for the night. But first and foremost, I'd like to thank the sponsors of the show. First sponsor I'd like to thank of the show is Melon Brand Hats. It's Melin. It's a luxury line of hats that my boy Brian McDonald's, one of the co-founders, dreamed up in high school. He talked about how we'd have a hat line unlike anything else. Intricate patterns, really cool materials. Most of them are waterproof. They have lumberjack ones for your ears if you live in the cold. So make sure you go separate yourself from the pack and give them some love. Secondly, I'd like to thank folkaistuff.com. It's FOKAI stuff.com. It's my boy Rome from Guam. Came up with this Islander vibe wear. They have jerseys, shirts, adult blankets, fedoras. They have fanny packs, shirts, everything that they make. All the proceeds go to the Islanders over there from Guam. So really, really can't thank Rome enough for giving me the chance to support and sport his gear. Thirdly, I would like to thank it's a book on Amazon. It's called Stony Tark's Top Tips on Growing Cannabis. The picture on the cover is actually of the picture of my plant that I grew. It's the lemon cream kush. Female genetics from Spliff Seeds Amsterdam, which is another one of my sponsors. So shout out to Spliff Seeds Netherlands. If you guys need some genetics, go over there and show them some love. But last but not least, the most important is SUA Law Group, SUA Law Group. It's my boy Brandon Sua, one of the best law practitioners around, practices family law, criminal defense, and does personal injury cases. They are the absolute best when it comes to everything that they do, whether it's a crooked DA or those cops that just won't leave you alone, or that baby's mama that you're having way too much drama. Make sure you go hit up my boy Brandon Sua. And with that said, man, last weekend's UFC 279 was absolutely extraordinary, man. Diaz versus Ferguson was the main event. And then one second, let me swap this over so you guys can see it. But I hope you guys had a great time or a great weekend with your family last weekend for the UFC 279. Really, really fun stuff that went on. Even though there was so many changes that went onto the card, I feel like it ended up being for the better. The first fight on the card was Johan Lanisi took on Darian Weeks, and Johan Lanisi basically won a split decision all 3 rounds. Very close fight, but Darian Weeks just didn't have enough gas to make it through. The next fight was Elise Reed took on Melissa Martinez. Elise Reed looked absolutely amazing. Haven't seen her look that good probably ever. And then the next fight of the night was Chad Ellinger. It took on Elia Tang. And Elia Tang defeated Chad Ellinger via 3-round decision. Dude, Elia Tang, man, the power, but the chin of Chad Ellinger, I thought that he would be able to knock him out and get rid of him early. But, dude, this Chad guy took so much damage, it wasn't even real. So, shout out to Elia Tang, and then also the fans that Chad Ellinger ended up gaining, because that performance was a lot of fun to watch. The next fight of the night was our first loss on the show. I took a 0.5 $50 toss on Danielle Wolf on TKO KO. Pretty dumb. Now you look at it just in the sense of like, dude, this girl looked terrible, and Norma Dumont just mollywopped this fucking girl all across the cage. I love the OG versus the newcomer, but we were been up, after multiple events of like 2 plus 800s, another plus 500. And then this event was no different, even though we took a $50 loss here, still ended up coming back. But, shout out to Norma Dumont for looking absolutely spectacular. But I think I don't know by the hype. So it is what it was. But the hype that I do buy was my boy, Chris Barnett, the Kung Fu Panda Beast Boy himself, the Gummy Bear, whatever you want to call him. He defeated Jake Collier by KO TKO in round 2. And it was absolutely astounding, man. He was getting beat up pretty much the whole first round. Jake Collier had pretty much Chris Barnett's eyes shut. A lot of people might have quit on the stool. Some people were saying that Chris Barnett had a possible stroke because his jaw was leaning to the one side. But Chris Barnett showed that wasn't the case shortly after the fight. But pretty amazing stuff from Chris Barnett. to be able to come back here. And oh, you know what, dude? I didn't invite Mr. B, and that's what I fucking ridiculous. Every time that I freaking start the show late. Yeah, I know, B. I'm ridiculous. Sorry, bro. My bad. Yeah, I'm like waiting for Mr. B. Mr. B's never really late. He's not late. You're dumb, Mike. You should have invited your co-host so he could jump into the mix, but you didn't. And so now we'll wait for Mr. B to come about, and so we could talk about this Beast Boy bout, because I know that he is going to have something to say about Chris Barnett, because it was so much fun to watch this comeback. I mean, Jake Collier gave all he could in the first round trying to knock him out, a Beast Boy that was, and just could not get it done. Pretty much gassed himself, and then Beast Boy took over. It was a fabulous affair. We were screaming all over the house. We are on a barbecue, and so I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I'm telling B that I'm retarded. But yeah. With that said, man, Chris the Beast Boy, Chris Barnett ended up winning. He was not only was he an underdog, a decent one. Let's see what his number was at that. I think it was plus 280, plus 360. So, geez Louise, man. I mean, whoever cashed that, congrats to you. Whoever cashed him inside distance for probably a couple thousand. Amazing stuff from Chris Barnett there. I just wish that we could watch these type of fights all the time. This card was phenomenal for pay-per-view. Normally, the pay-per-views aren't all that, but this is one of those ones after the switch-ups. I really felt like this was a really good card, and so that was what it was. So I'll stop elaborating on Chris Barnett. I was trying to see if Mr. B could jump in. The next fight of the night was Denise Tulin took on Jamie Pickett. And Denise Tulin absolutely beat the brakes off poor Jamie Pickett in round 2 KO TKO. The Night Wolf, he cries no more at the middle of the night unless it's with his girl inside of the bed. But either way, Denise Tulin, he was big, strong. I know they said they were about the same size, but I really don't. I'm not seeing how that's true, because it just wasn't. So either way, Denise Tulin looked absolutely amazing there. The next fight was Jelton Almeida took on Anton Turkel. And Jelton Almeida was a huge favorite. I believe it was a negative 700. Yep. Defeated Anton, submission round 1. I mean, cool, bro. I mean, it was pretty much a volleyball toss, just like me and Mr. B said last week to Jelton Almeida. You couldn't really even bet it unless you bet inside distance, and it was probably still around negative 150. So the next fight of the night was just there were some dogs barking on this card, and Giuliani Rosso was one of those plus 185 underdog versus Akeem Dawodu. Akeem Dawodu didn't make weight. And so, that's definitely another reason to bet Giuliani Rosa. And so, dude, Giuliani Rosa, he, no slouch, doing his thing and improving every single bit of the way. Pretty impressed with him. I know that it's going to catch him at some point, but man, all the way up into this point, he's proved me pretty much wrong. I thought Akeem Dawodu before I saw him miss weight, I thought that he should handle it. But then when I saw him miss weight, I felt like there were some mental glitches. And so Julian Rosa, shout out to you for ending up winning that. The next fight was another underdog, plus 160. Johnny Walker defeated Ian Kulaba via submission in round 1. And this is the Johnny Walker that everyone likes to see, throwing damage, doing damage, and just looking like a whole lot of fun. 30 years old still, so has a lot left in the gas tank. When he saw him do the worm on the ground where he hurt his shoulder that one time, he did it again this time, and I was like, no, don't do it. Like, it's ridiculous. But shout out to I believe it was Manpreet, Lock of the MMA Lock of the Night podcast, and then Die Hard Podcast MMA. They both had Johnny Walker here, and so big cash for those guys. We did not, but the next one is the one we did have a bet on, and it was Irene Aldana. The Chicana took care of Macy Choson via KO TKO from the first up kick, heel strike to the liver, is what I'm going to call it. But it was absolutely phenomenal. We ended up cashing a plus 225, not the way that I thought it would be. Cashing 1 unit on the money line. She was a negative 185. So we ended up clearing $335 on this bout. So 3.35 units. Helped a little bit from the $50 we lost on the Dumb Wolf bet that I threw earlier in the bout. But man, I really thought that Irene Aldana was going to knock out Macy Chiasson on the feet, not from on her back in a submission in a submissive, kind of position, even though, on your guard, you still have offense. But first time I've seen a person strike directly at the liver. And we're going to see some kind of fusion and transformations from some fighters after seeing this type of stuff. My man, Mr. B, the MMA guy, how are you doing, my dude?
I'm good, man. What's happening?
Oh, dude, such an idiot. Whenever I do the show, start the show late in the sense of like I did it this morning instead of on Wednesday. I like to do it. I forgot to send you the freaking invite, so sorry about that, my bro.
It's all right.
I'm all sitting here waiting. I'm all sitting here waiting for you. Like, okay, well, I guess I'll elaborate on this one, and then I'm like, no, Mr. B wouldn't be this late. Something happened, and it was me being a total dummy. How was your family, bro?
It was good. My family's good. True. Everybody's all right.
Yeah.
No complaints.
The weather finally cooled down over here, so things are getting nice. But
yeah,
I was just going over some of the bets. I was on Irene Aldana right now that we cashed on pretty big, so was stoked on that fight. But she was on her back in her guard and threw that up kick, liver kick. Fucking, it was like it was more of a heel strike, right? A heel strike liver kick. But normally we see an up kick, so it's kind of hard to label. But pretty crazy, right, B?
That might have been one of the coolest KOs I've ever seen. One of them.
Really?
Yeah, like to the body. That was pretty clean, man. And I'm upset. I'm upset because Macy was on her way to winning that.
Oh, I'm not. You fuck up.
But you don't understand how upset I was. Once that kick landed and she fell, I said, "Oh my god!"
I was so happy.
What happened? Then they showed they showed it again. I said, "Damn, this dude Mike about to throw it all up on my face." Man.
You know I got to. But it is what it was. But man, how about Chris Barnett's performance versus Jake Collier? I went over that a little bit and tried to elaborate, but holy shit, bro.
Yeah, what a turnaround. Yo, I thought Collier was gonna have that one too, man. Then out of nowhere, he went for that takedown. And this dude broke off from the takedown, stuffed it pretty much, and just came out of nowhere with the speed, that little quick athleticism there.
Yeah.
And they got the back and just started mauling Collier, man.
It was crazy, bro.
Amazing win for
well, we were rooting for him as fans, remember, bro? Like we said, like we love him, so we wanted to win. And so he ended up doing it. It was freaking phenomenal to watch that comeback versus Jake. Jake gave everything he could in the first round and just had nothing left pretty much going on. But with that said, man, back to Irene Aldana. She cashed in for the inside the distance plus 225.
Yep.
And then also for the money line. But, dude, I was really scared, bro. I'm not going to lie. I was fucking pinky scared, dude. I was like, oh, fucking no. And there was all kinds of underdogs cashing. So I was like, man, this doesn't, Julian Rosa cash, Johnny Walker cash, man. I mean, how about Johnny Walker's performance versus Ian Kulaba?
Yeah, that was something, man. That was something. Wow. Ian looked like he had it, and then Johnny Walker showed jiu-jitsu. I was like, wow.
Hey, he showed fight IQ too, because he finally if you have something, you might as well use it,
Right. And that was what we was worried about last week, but he came through, man, and he applied himself. He got the takedown. He muscled up. He got that rear naked choke on Ian. Big props to him. Unfortunately, you seen what happened after he won. They didn't let him chill in the locker room or come back to
bro.
the ring.
They kicked him out, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah.
That's so ghetto.
This man was walking through Vegas. They was at Vegas, right? He was walking through Vegas with no shoes and just his
shoes. No shoes,
shorts and his gloves. Like,
he looking silly, but that shit was crazy, man. But that's the UFC sometimes for you. But after Irene Aldana cashed there for us, the next fight of the night was one that hurt a little bit, man. We had the Leech, Jillian Lee, and man, he made so many fans here versus D-Rod. He was a plus 145 underdog. I ended up taking a 1-unit toss on him because I really thought that he was going to be there, and he was, man. I don't care what the fuck the judges said. I don't care what anyone says, dude. Leech won that fight, and D-Rod knows he lost that fight. But I end up, transparent. You end up losing 1 unit there, just because the judges, end up going the other way. So, but thank God for Irene Aldana and the 3.35 units we won there. minus the 0.5 units on Wolf that I was the dumbest bet I did. And then this one, I'm totally okay with losing 1 unit of our padding just because the fact that Leach deserved this one be. And man, how good was how I don't even know if it was how good was he? It was how good was y'all week, you know?
Yeah, like he was really good. Like, no offense to Daniel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Rodriguez was pretty good himself. It was a close fight, but yo, Leave was moving and slipping past these shots and putting out some really good offense. So it was like when they said Rodriguez, it was like, wait,
What?
Are we watching the same fight? And some people are like, oh, nah, Rodriguez won it. And
even
I'm like,
D-Rod,
nah.
Even D-Rod's face was like, well, I'll take it for sure.
Yeah, like I what? But yeah, he was shocked.
But yeah,
and it
so
was like,
way,
come on, man. Yeah,
it was I like I said, I had money on it. I like Leach personally. I like D-Rod too, but I don't know, man. I thought that Leach did enough there to win that one, but it is what it is. And you can't cry any more than what it was. The next fight of the night was something that pretty much we had no bet on, but we knew exactly what was going to happen. Kazmat Chimaev took on Kevin Holland.
Oh, boy.
Shout out to Kevin Holland for being a bad motherfucker. No one wants to fight this dude, Kazmat, and he did it on short notice, on days' notice at that, and then it goes up in weight class. Just pretty astounding stuff. This Kevin Holland. So round one started. Kevin Holland went for a glove touch. Chimaev faked it, I guess, or I don't know what he did, but he went for a takedown immediately. And the scrambles for about 2.5 minutes were unfucking real, huh?
Yeah, those were nice, man. Holland was flipping and rolling, and just Hamzat was just on him, man. But it was just really amazing, and I remember the whole roll sequence into Kevin Holland getting him back on his feet, and it was like, oh my god, we gotta fight, but then he goes back and takes him down again, and then it's like, oh my god, and Kevin Holland was trying to fight back, but then all of a sudden, this damn Darce choke comes out of nowhere.
There's not much you can do, bro. That guy's wrestling. That guy's wrestling is on another level when it comes to, especially versus a guy Kevin Holland who tells you his Achilles heel is wrestling. So it's not even like we're picking on him. He's saying like wrestlers are tough on him. But yeah, Kazmat ended up winning round one. Boo, but it is what it was. He disrespectfully takes the mic and just pretty much shits on all of us and gets away with it. I can't believe that Dana White doesn't punish him, doesn't nothing after missing the weight and all that. And it's because of the following and the pay-per-views and all that stuff, the eyes that were on it. He told you all week long, if you go to, look at Kazmat trending, look at him at 4 million, look at it 5 million, blah, 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 So, man, it was what it was. But the next fight of the night was something I had a lot of interest in. It was Nate Diaz. 209 Diaz took on Tony Ferguson. And we had Nate Diaz here at plus money. Couldn't believe he got about plus 120. I believe he went all the way up to plus 130 at some point. But, man, this I ended up putting $251, so 2.51 units on Diaz. Ended up cashing 3 units flat. On the show, I ended up betting, we bet 1 unit, and we ended up winning plus 120. So we ended up having a really good night here on Cope's Corner, just clearing over 3 units after Marina Aldana and Nate Diaz did their thing. Absolutely phenomenal, right, B?
Yeah, man. Really good main event. Big props to both of those guys, man. Tony Ferguson kicking the hell out of Nate Diaz's leg to the point his leg busted open.
Those chicken legs. I told you, those chicken legs, they don't take those kicks good, right?
Yo, let me tell you something. Nah, they don't, man. And let me tell you something. I got scared for a minute. I thought Diaz was gonna throw a flag on Diaz. I thought that was it.
I ate it's an eighth of mushrooms that was in a chocolate bar. And I was watching that main event, bro, shitting fucking bricks. Like I could not even fucking stop pacing back and forth. I ended up like over revving from the mushrooms, and I had like a slight fever. Had to go like get water on me every round, bro. Almost a couple times in between rounds, I was walking back and forth. So no, it was not fucking. It was very stressful. It was not the best. But what up, Kick Your Bass? Appreciate you,
what's up, dude?
Hope you and the family are well. So yeah, man, this was one of those fights, dude. Once that Tony hurt Diaz's leg. And then remember Diaz was like shaking his head, like, no, no, no. I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna quit, but I mean, he never
Yeah.
quit. But I thought he was meant like, no, no, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, I thought that was the case too. And then he started leaning by the gate. He started leaning by the cage, and he was shaking his leg, and then he
It
threw
was
some
funny.
awkward back kick. Like, yo, it was weird.
It
And
was
I'm like,
funny.
oh my God, let this not be the end of Diaz.
Dude,
Because
if he would have
Ferguson
lost,
started getting like his little hype. He was getting his hype, man. What's up, Ryan? What's happening?
if he
And
would have lost, I
yo,
would have cried.
I
Cried.
was like, this can't be it, man. But you know, Tony
Yeah.
ended up going for a takedown, which was kind of surprising. But no, it wasn't really surprising.
Yeah.
I figured he would because he's
Round
a
4,
Jackson
right?
Wink now. Yeah, but Diaz got that neck, he got that patented guillotine of his,
Jesus.
and he flexed it like he did when he beat who was it? Kurt Pellegrino. There you go.
Yep. Good
Yeah.
memory. That was crazy, bro. I couldn't even believe it because, like, normally you want to use 2 arms, like just to help choke someone deeper. I mean, I guess that's how deep he gets it, and that's how well he knows it. But I mean, either way, man, shout out to Nate Diaz 209 going out in fashion. Not very many times do these UFC veterans get to go out. They were trying to feed him the Kazmat, folks. He was gonna die. Like that was the truth, and I don't mean to hate, it's not very fair.
That's a harsh reality, man. That was the harsh reality for real.
So I'm very glad that we do our shows on Fridays because there's no way we wouldn't have bet him versus Kazmat anyway, but we had a chance to bet on Diaz versus Tony on Friday because of that for the show. So freaking absolutely phenomenal, man. I was so stoked. The fights have been so good the last 4 events, B? It feels like.
Yeah. That's 4.
Well, maybe because we've been kicking so much ass. I mean, we've had like 2 $800 wins, a $600 one event, and then this one for like 3 units. So I mean, when you're just absolutely dominating, decimating, and cream pieing these events, what you want. So, but the next fight is UFC Vegas 60. Also, UFC Fight Night Sandhagen versus Yadong Song. This should be absolutely phenomenal, B. I know that you're stoked for this matchup.
Yes, I am. I am very hyped. 2 dudes at the top of the division, man. Team Alpha Male Song Yadong. We got Mr. Elevation himself over there, Corey Sandhagen. Really hyped for this fight. Both of these dudes. Sandhagen's in need of a win to get back in title contention. And if Yadong wins this one, oh shit.
Yadong's been heating up, but I mean, Sandhagen's been facing savages, so you can't really hate
straight up savages. No hate.
So, but with that said, that is the main event for this card, and we start out on the early prelims. The first fight on the early prelims is Nicholas Mota, and I'm not talking about smoking Mota. I'm talking about Nicholas Mota from Brazil. He calls himself iron, not steel. 12-4. He's 29 years old. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak. Fights out of Las Vegas, 702, baby, where my family's from. He last took on Jim Miller, the OG veteran, and lost the ground strikes. He right hooked the ground strikes round 2 when we all cashed, and we're absolutely stoked on that one. Jim Miller ended up going out, or not going out. Jim Miller just kept kind of his little streak kind of going. But either way, then he took on Joseph Lowry in the Contender Series. He won unanimous decision. Very rarely do you see someone win a decision on the Contender Series and then get themselves a shot in the UFC. Then he beat Juan Gonzalez, who was 6-1 on CFFC 79 with Sabatini versus Shalat. This dude, when he wins, he wants to win by punches. There's pretty much nothing else to say about him. He's mean. He's good chin. He's got a good game, but when his size is just a little bit outsized on this one. He's taking on Cameron Van Camp Jumpman. He calls himself 15-6-1 is his record. 29 years old. He's 6'2" with a 74-inch reach. He's coming off a 1 loss. He's coming out of Lebanon, Indiana. Never even knew there was a Lebanon in the United States, let alone fucking in Indiana. He took on Andre Fiallo. He lost by a left hook round 1. That was when Fiallo was coming here starching motherfuckers. Then he beat a guy named Kenny Gradu by Darce choke round 1. And then there's guys that this guy's record is the most suspect of it all. He likes to win by submission when he gets it done. So there's nothing new about that. He wants to get this fight on the ground. Nicholas Mota wants to keep this standing. Right now, the odds makers have Nicholas Mota at a slight or favorite, -200. Van Camp plus 163 on 5 dimes. Man, if Mota wasn't so undersized, I'm feeling like there's something fishy that could happen on this fight. But I think I'm picking Van Camp out of the fact that I think he can get Mota down with the size and then get a submission. But his record's a little suspect, and I would not bet it. But do you feel something weird here, B?
Shit, Mike. I think we entered a platform we're on equal minds here, man.
Oh,
we're on equal minds.
We're like two females synced on their period, folks.
Because I put thought into this one this week, man. After how UFC 279 went, I put a lot of thought into this card this week, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was leaning towards Mota at one point, but the thing with Mota is that Mota has a jiu-jitsu background as well, but he's more so of the striker. He's a striker, and he throws these big loopy ass punches. Sometimes he does a lot of loopy punches. We seen that shit with Jim Miller, you know what I mean? And Miller managed to weather that storm and mix things up and go toe to toe with him. You got a guy like Van Camp who's coming down weight. We got to think about that. Van Camp's moving down from welterweight down to lightweight, and before he got knocked out, he looked all right against Fiallo. The thing was the power difference, but when he managed to use his range, he was pretty well until he got into Fiallo's range and wanted to try to stand and bang with him, which is always a bad idea. But yeah, Van Camp is a mix of everything. He fights pretty well. There's nothing really crazy. He has a pretty decent cardio. He has pretty decent cardio, I'll tell you that much. And he manages to handle himself and mix his game between his striking and his submission skills. He has pretty good jiu-jitsu. I think he could cause a couple problems from Nicholas Mota here, man. My whole lean was like, all right, they got to get into something crazy. They might try to get into exchange. Mota ends up hitting him with something, whiffs a big old punch and knocks him out. But you fought Fiallo. And, Fiallo be winging some crazy ass punches as well, but his is a little bit more technical. That's a lot of power. You ate some of his shots before you end up getting knocked out. You should be able to learn from that and win this fight here, man. I see Van Camp might get the upset here. So I'm dealing with Van Camp, man. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, like I said, I just feel like there's a lot of value on him there. I don't see, because the size is so tremendous, bro, like, and he's coming down. He's big already, and he's coming down from guys getting that were bigger. I feel like Van Camp is a big side here to bet.
And he looked good at weigh-ins. I caught them weigh-ins. He looked good.
Nice. Well, you are lucky, dog. You get to touch this one first before I disrespect the motherfucker. It is.
Yeah, you're not gonna disrespect my guy.
Oh, no, I might.
I'm not doing that. That's my guy. Remember, that's my guy.
Taking on Javi Basharat. I'll let you jump in first, B, before I do the dirty work.
Sure, man. Tony Gravely, Javid Basharat, man, 155. A lot of people got their eyes on this fight, man. His brother, Javid's brother, Farid fought this Tuesday on the Contender Series. Got himself a contract, so clap it up for him. But yeah, let's get into this, man. Tony Gravely, 23-7, 30 years old, 5'5" with the 69-inch reach out of Martinsville, Virginia, training with American Top Team, currently on a 2-fight win streak, man, where he beat Johnny Munoz Jr. with that uppercut to ground strikes in round 1 and beat Simon Oliveira, unanimous decision. That was when Simon kept trying to get the guillotine for some strange fucking reason. I don't know. Dude was on something. He did lose to Nate Maness. I know Mike picked Nate on that one. I picked the Gravely. Gravely got smoked. Oh, okay. Anthony Burchank he beat as well. Big time wrestler, Tony Gravely is. He's working a little bit better with his hands. He almost knocked out Maness in that fight before Maness turned it around and knocked him out. He's been doing pretty good for himself, man. Nice mix up of I like him more when he's wrestling over his grappling. Yes. I mean, over his striking. There you go. Yeah. I like it when he's more of the grappler grappler with a little bit of striking over trying to be a constant striker. Nah. He's going up against Javid Basharat, though, who's undefeated right now. Came in from the Contender Series a little while back, last season. He beat Trevin Jones by unanimous decision. Pretty damn good fight. Was really solid. He beat Oran Kalon. Yeah, Kalon. That was the dude that was being mad disrespectful, the Israeli guy that was being disrespectful to him.
Fuck that guy. Remember,
and we
were pissed too, remember?
Yes, and we wanted him to lose.
I mean, I don't ever bring up politics or religion, but don't fucking disrespect anyone's religion
man.
Be fucking disrespectful towards people's like I said, it's their family, it's what they were born and raised into, and so you like it's funny, people in America, I'm gonna say Americans are very weird because I'm American. I was raised here. You're raised here and you come like you think that everyone thinks the same as you almost, but it's not. When you mingle with an Armenian and you mingle with a Filipino and you mingle with a Japanese person or a German, they think differently and they might not have as big as emotions, and so because they're not as big on emotions, that like sometimes people are just disrespectful for no reason when the person might not even be being disrespectful. They just literally don't have as big of emotions. You know what I'm talking about, B?
Yeah, I know. I feel what you mean, man.
We're from LA and New York. We're from New York and LA are probably the most diverse cities there are.
Yeah, you're totally right, man. And it's just like that situation was totally nuts because like, we're fighters.
Yeah.
You don't got to bring outside stuff into that. We're fighters here, man. Respect the game. Like, come on now.
Because it's just it's disrespectful to pass you guys. Fine, fuck me, but don't talk shit about my lady, my kids, and my grandma. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole heritage. So sorry for the long elaboration on that, but Javid Basharat, he's probably gone through that his whole life, just like B. Like people see you being black for B. He gets profiled right away, and for some things, and so like many times people are just looking at people the wrong way.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It is crazy. But that's the type of world we live in, man. But treat everybody else with respect and fairness, man. That's all we ask.
That's why. Hey, I always say this way: I hate everybody equally because I don't have like all the races. If you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit, and that's it. So I love every group until you're a piece of shit to me, just as a person, and I just don't like that person. That's it. There's nothing to do with the group. And Muslims get a very bad rap in America because of the wars and blah blah blah. But Muslim people are very peaceful and very respectful and very much like Khabib is. Khabib, other than the one time, he had a little outburst, but that was so infuriated by Connor and Dildo Dennis. I like the way that they check each other, kind of be,
Yeah.
Either way. Sorry, but back to the fight.
Yeah, man. But Javid Basharat, he's going up against Javid Basharat, and Basharat's been pretty damn good himself, you know what I mean? 27 years old, 5'9", 69-inch reach, out of Afghanistan with the 13-fight win streak, representing Extreme Couture. This is going to be a little bit more of the striker's delight. Basharat is pretty damn good. I'm more surprised by, even though he trains out of Extreme Couture, I think they've done a little bit of kickboxing and Rufus sport. I could be mistaken, but they've done a little bit of that. So his kickboxing is pretty damn solid. I'm more surprised by how strong they are in their wrestling game, both him and his brother. The wrestling is pretty damn solid, and they mix it up with the jiu-jitsu pretty well. I think Javid might have the bit of the reach. I think he has the reach and the better cardio here. And this is going to be the problem because I was like, damn, I like Gravely.
The reach is listed as 69, and I don't mean that to rhyme, but the 69 is, I don't believe it, bro, because there's 4 inches difference in height. I do know that people's arms can be similar, but that usually means the leg reach is different. Yeah. It's different.
The leg reach is going to be a little different, so he's going to be able to extend himself behind those jabs and the 1-2 shots that he likes to throw. He's going to lengthen that jab, and that's going to be problematic because you're going to have to figure out, if you're Gravely, how do you avoid those jabs and those long shots? And he'll make that thing kind of problematic, plus the volume. As I said, I wanted to pick Gravely on here, man.
Oh,
but
don't you dare. Don't
It's
you
gonna be
dare.
tough. This is gonna be a tough one, and I think I might take Boshrod on this one.
Oh, that's what I
I
like to
might take
see.
I
That's
may
what I
take
like to
Boshrod.
see. When B doesn't keep his bias for his boy, that's when you know the troubles are coming. And this fight
Yeah,
here, Javad Basharat, it's longer. I think he's strong, as strong, if not stronger. I think that the wrestling, Tony Gravely, great wrestler, but he can be shown to be broken. And if he's getting pieced up on the feet, if this dude's touching his body the way that he should in the first round and a half, B, and if he ends up, and if he can stuff some takedowns, Tony Gravely needs to win this fight in the first round and a half, in my opinion. But I like Javad Basharat here 100%. Right now, Bet MGM has Javad Basharat at a negative 165. So I'm throwing down $165, 1.65 units on Basharat to do the damn thing versus Tony Gravely, who I've been waiting and praying on for a long time. And anytime that I can actually get a matchup versus that dude that I feel like I can actually win it, I'm throwing down the money. And this is the first bet of the night, and I'm fucking stoked on it, B, because I feel like Javad Basharat is the real deal, and we're getting a little bit of value on him in that sense too, because negative 165, it's not too bad for a guy that's longer, stronger, and possibly could kick this guy's chest in.
Yeah.
So the next fight of the night, B, is going to be an absolute treat. It's women's 125-pound flyweight division. Maria Agapova takes on Jillian Robertson. And, man, everyone loves them some Jillian Robertson. And Agapova, very good striker. She had a little falter. What was it versus – what was that chick's name? 1 second. She was like a negative – yeah, that too. Marina Moroz and Shannon Dobson. Shannon Dobson.
There you go, Shannon Dobson.
He was negative 1,400 versus Shannon Dobson and lost.
Yeah.
Round 2, ground and pound. Then she was also versus Moroz. She was actually a slight underdog on that one. She lost that one, round 2, arm triangle choke. She's a little bit bigger than Jillian here is the only thing I can say. The striking, I do like Agapova striking better than Jillian Robertson. But, I don't like tappers, right, B? And so she's tapped 2 times, round 2, different chokes. Or no, sorry. She tapped lost 2 times. Once the napping, round 2. Once the tapping, round 2. One was an arm triangle choke. The other one was ground and pound. And so I think this is a pretty tailor matchup possible for Jillian Robertson to pull off one of her tailor-made submissions. Right now, Bet MGM has her at a negative 160 odds, plus 130 comeback for the underdog Maria Agapova. I think that's a fair line. It looks like Agapova opened up at a negative 130, though, and she has been gained value. So that means everyone's on Jillian Robertson. So Jillian Robertson up at a plus 110, steamed her down to the negative 160 that Jillian Robertson's at. So, I mean, either everyone's going to be right on this one in that sense, but I feel like Jillian Robertson is the side because she could get her down the ground and sub her. But Maria Agapova, man, if she could learn some kind of takedown defense, she could be the side. What do you say about this fight, B?
Yeah, you had some good key points on there, man. Maria Agapova she's definitely gonna have the striking advantage. She got 5 inches ahead of Jillian. She got a 68-inch reach compared to Jillian's 63-inch on the feet, on the hands. So she'll be able to pull out that jab a little bit, and she'll pull out a couple good shots here and there, use the leg reach. But Jillian Robertson is a freaking monster once she takes you to the ground, man. Her wrestling jiu-jitsu game is really freaking amazing. And we got to put into some key factors, man. Dean Thomas is going to be right beside her, man. Jillian has trained with Maria Agapova before at American Top Team, as well as the former Marina Moroz who did. And Dean Thomas was on her corner. And Dean Thomas knew exactly what was going on. Agapova is really good in the stand-up, but sucks when it comes to takedowns and takedown defense against somebody who could really initiate those takedowns,
Good old
Even though she beat Sabina Mazo, but Mazo was kind of like horrible in the fact that she couldn't really get in properly to get takedowns, and she kept getting tagged up on distance. Jillian Robertson doesn't care doesn't give a damn if she has to eat some shots to get inside. She will get inside and she'll make you pay. So damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I'm pissed.
And
The only thing about going the show off on Friday is we couldn't get Jillian Robertson at a plus 110 or whatever it was, plus 110. I mean, even at a negative 130 or even at even money, something like I would jump all over Jillian Robertson. I almost still want to be, but it's like we lost a little value.
yeah, I hear you.
Hey, so how about let's think about this. Let's look at her inside distance. B, you think that she wins inside distance, maybe, or is it no? She could do a decision too, but I think she wins. She has to get a sub, in my opinion. B or TKO like from Mount.
I'll see her more so for the sub than the
Okay.
than the
Robertson wins by sub is only plus
TKO.
plus 150 only for that, which was not the best. Plus 130 for Robertson is inside distance. Man, she was plus money to fucking open the fight, guys. But I think that Jillian Robertson's the side in value wise, even at negative 160.
Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah, I'll say so because I thought Maria would get it too, but damn, the takedown defense, that shit sucks, man.
It's so bad. And so
Tracy Cortez got her down. What do you think about Tracy Cortez got her down the Contender Series?
Yeah,
Shannon Dobson managed to get her down.
Where's Shannon
Marina
Dobson?
Moroz
Shannon
did.
Dobson even around?
No, she got, she's out. And Marina Moroz, who's primarily a boxer, took her down, man.
Yeah,
God damn. So that's what we got to think about.
So I'm still willing to bet it at the negative 160 because I feel like she's winning, man. She has to get knocked out and pieced up. I don't even think it's happening.
Yeah, I'll take Jillian, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man. Maria. I'll take Jillian.
I like that you agree though. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm throwing down 1.6 units on Jillian Robertson to beat Maria Agapova on BetMGM. Like I said, she opened up at a plus 110. I get it. I like the value too, but I do the show on Fridays for you guys, so you guys could actually today bet the numbers. So it is what it is, and I feel like she is the veteran. Not only is she the veteran, but dude, Agapova's takedown defense is non-existent. B.
That's what it is. That's the problem.
The next fight of the night, B. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about it because I have a feeling, but it is Trey Ogden is taking on Daniel Zellhuber.
Yes, sir. 155, man. So we got this dude by the name of Samurai Ghost Trey Ogden, man. Trey Ogden is 15-5, 32 years old, 5'11" with the 71.5-inch reach, representing Glory MMA and Fitness. So we know who we got in his corner.
Yeah,
James Krause.
Our boy.
You know how we feel about James Krause. So last fight, which was his debut here in the UFC for Jordan Levitt, which went to a split decision. He had a loss, but he didn't look bad, but he didn't really look good. But it was a very odd fight. He fought this dude named JJ Okanovich, beat him by arm triangle and Fury FC. He also beat Cody Carrillo and Brad Grelick, both by rear naked choke, one in round 1 and one in round 2. Dude got a lot of submissions. We got a submission guy here. So that's why they had him fight Jordan Levitt. On the other side, though, we got ourselves a killer. Yes, we got the golden boy, Daniel Zellhuber.
Mexico.
Zellhuber. The 12-0 man, 23 years old, 6'1" with the 77-inch reach. Out of Mexico. Hold up.
I don't want to suck too much dick. I don't want to suck too much dick, but I might suck a lot of Daniel. Bless you, my dude. You know what I mean? Like I already feel it.
Lucas Almeida, he beat on the Contender Series with the unanimous decision. Martin Gonzalez, Lux Fight League, beat that dude with ground and pound. Icon, he beat this dude by Alexander Barahona with punches in round 1. A calf slicer. He beat Ramiz. Miguel Arizmendi. There you go. He beat him with a calf slicer. This was during 2020. Man, he's been killing people in Combate as well. That's where he actually came out of originally. Combate.
And Combate has a lot of good people, folks. So that league is one of the leagues you want to respect.
Now, he hasn't fought Yeah, it's been actually a year since he hasn't fought. Almost a year. And word on the street is he got his 1 year out to train. Since the Contender Series, he's been training with some names. He's been over the PI. He's got his things intact. So you understand he's ready.
Yeah, baby.
Now, Ogden fights kind of funky on the feet. He is with his grappling, though. And his grappling is pretty good. I think Zellhuber smokes him, though.
Smokes him.
I think Zellhuber comes in here, really good cardio, a really good game where he puts a crazy pace on folks.
Turn that fool into a ghost. Into a ghost.
He's not timid. He's just going in there and putting in work on folks. I think he gets it done. I think either he gets it done on the feet or he gets it down on the ground. But I can see a TKO finish for Zellhuber in this one.
That is what
I think he'll be ready.
That is
I think he'll be ready
here, B, because that's exactly what the fuck I'm aiming for. We have Daniel Zuber, who is not only a BJJ black belt affiliated with Tiger Muay Thai to get his stand up and his feet right. This dude is long and strong, got that Mexican cardio and gas tank. I can't say enough good things about him, and I don't even need to get into Trey Ogden because there is absolutely no reason to. The size of Zellhuber, everything with this young man. I mean, the UFC sees exactly what this guy is, and he is the future for Mexico in the sense he's got lots of years to grow. I'm going to be betting the Zellhuber inside distance. It is a plus 110 right now. So Zellhuber inside distance plus 110. I don't want to do KO or TKO and then or do submission and pick one and
take it inside distance.
I don't want to miss one because he could mount someone and knock him out. He could calf slice him out. He could leg lock. He could rear naked choke him. He could do lots of things is what I'm getting at. But getting that plus money that on him is an absolute gift. So that'll be the 1 unit toss on Daniel Zellhuber to win inside distance at plus 110. So can't wait for that fight, B. And I'm even more stoked that that you're seeing kind of what I'm seeing with the UFC kind of tailor-made in this for this dude.
Word.
So the next fight of the night is Loma Lukbumi takes on Denise Gomes. Denise Gomes is 6-1 from Brazil. She's 22 years young, 5'2" with a 63-inch reach. She's on a 6-fight win streak. She has a Muay Thai base, even though she comes out of Brazil, where they usually have that jiu-jitsu. She took on Rayanne Amanda on the Contender Series, and she won unanimous decision. Somehow got her way here. So obviously the boss sees something in her. She then took on Milana Dudiva, and she and Invicta FC 46 and won by knees and punches in round 3. This girl's a finisher. When she finishes, it's knees and punches, KOs. Absolute little savage. And she's going to be taking on a girl where that's actually going to might work out for her because Loma Lookboom, 6-3. 26 years young herself, 5'1" with a 62-inch reach. She's on a 1-fight losing streak. She has a Muay Thai base as well. So obviously both these two probably going to stand and bang a little bit. Loma Lookboom loves to stand there and bang. She took on Lupita Godinez, lost by unanimous decision there. Just out strength and also on the feet. Was just getting, I think, the power translated for Lupita. Then Sam Hughes, she won a unanimous decision. And then Jin Yu Frey, she beat. But she's very small, and she's kind of gotten away with beating girls a little bit smaller than her. I'd like to say. And so Denise Gomes here, man. I had her picked right off the bat on the weigh-ins. I feel like that she's the side because she's so mean. Normally, when you see two girls that want to stand and actually bang with each other, you take the person with more power. I feel like Denise Gomes has more power. Plus 185 though, is crazy. What do you think about this matchup?
This is a very funky matchup. This is really, really funky, man. Because Loma Lukbomi is a small girl, but she throws with really good output. She's strong in the clinch, though. And she has those deceptive trips and sweeps like Thai fighters have. She's implemented those when she can. But the problem is is when she's really fighting those fighters that are her size. Bigger fighters, she doesn't quite get away with that. Also, with that, Denise Gomez's side, Denise gets a bit stronger with the fight. As the fights get deeper and deeper, she gets a bit stronger, but she gets a little bit wild. She's kind of wild with her striking at times, where she just wants to throw big meat cleavers at folks. But she's really aggressive. She holds her cardio pretty well. But she's there to get hit. You know what I mean? She's willing to hit, to get it, take a hit, to throw a hit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
To throw a shot. And
that's how she got knocked out. That's how she got knocked out before. She's willing to go bang, you know?
Yeah. I don't think Loma Lubami has the punching power. You know, she might have a knee there, but she don't really throw open knees or flying knees, really. She throws knees in the clinch. So it's kind of like, I think Gomez might come in.
Loma's got so much experience. Is the only thing.
That's what it is. A lot of striking experience. That's the crazy part about it. So it's like, damn, I don't really know where you go at with this. Because what if Gomez comes in here and Gomez is like, all right, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to throw these takedowns in the mix now or some shit. You know? And
right.
It's like, oh,
Loma has good hips too. So if that girl comes crashing in, I could see Loma taking a fucking hip tossing a bitch over to the side and actually fucking laying on her back. She does have a good fight IQ, Loma Lukumi.
Yeah. And this is a late notice fight too for Gomez. She took this fight on short notice.
So that's why the odds are a little bit more inflated than I was thinking about. I was like, man, if this was a full camp, there's no way we could see the number on Gomes for at this plus 180 number, you know?
Yeah. This is a fight on short notice. Like what? Denise got on the Contender Series just a few weeks ago.
So hold on a second. It was supposed to be.
She's supposed to fight Diana Belbita.
Ooh, Diana Belbita. Oh, you so fine. You so fine. You want my mind. But yeah, that would have been dope to see Diana Belbita on this card. But man, that would have been a decent matchup for her too. Fuck. Yeah, so that makes sense though. That she's short notice. That's why it's a little bit more inflated on Loma's side. But that should kind of scare someone on Loma's side because look at the number. The number is not reflecting like crazy, you know?
No, it's not. So it's kind of a funky fight to bet, man.
I'm not betting this. There's no fucking bet. No way in hell on these two right here. I don't even know. My instincts said Gomes. I'm gonna stick with that. But as more you and I talking about it, I'm like, damn, Loma could possibly win a decision.
Yeah,
this. She could just take her right to school in fucking three rounds, you know?
Or just light her up, or just striking and take down defense and clinch shit. Like that's. So it's kind of like, what the hell? You know what I mean? It's a very funky fight, man.
It's a no bet for sure.
Shit.
The next fight's even weirder for me. I don't even like the next one. But who are you picking on that one? Because I'm gonna go Gomes, but I already feel like I'm gonna fucking do shit in bricks.
Damn, if Gomes gets it, big props to her. But I might.
Damn, I know. Fuck, I shouldn't even be saying that. But why? Like, man, she just seems.
It's a feeling. It's like Loma could do it, but Loma's small. What if Denise just goes in here and just fucking goes at her just straight? Hammer the nail, like, god damn, like it's like it's one of those types of scenarios because I see her get stronger in the fight.
So let's think about this. If Loma wasn't small, I might have nothing to say. And just because someone's smaller does not mean that they're gonna lose or win or lose. Yeah. Because Nathaniel Wood just proved that to Charles Jourdain when he whooped his ass.
Exactly.
You know? So so that's what's making me want to like lean to the Loma side now, but I gotta stick with the Gomes, even though I'm gonna fucking probably take an L on that. But I'm not betting this. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna take Loma then. I'll take Loma.
Oh shit. Yeah, I think that's the safer side. Obviously, she's the favorite. So I mean, no shit, motherfuckers. But you know, like I said, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the dog just for fun, just because I felt something. The next fight of the night is Trevin Giles takes on Luis Koski. I'll let you jump in this first, dude.
All right, cool, man. So we got this 170 fight between Trevin and Lewis, man. The problem, Trevin Giles, man, 14-4, 30 years old. 6 foot tall with the 74-inch reach, representing Texas, man. Currently on a 2-fight losing streak, representing War Training Center, man. Yeah, you're about to hear some shit, man. Hold on. So far, he's lost 2 fights. He lost at UFC. He lost to Michael Morales. Got caught with a counter right. That was back in January. And then Dricus du Plessis, which was his last fight at middleweight, he got caught with a right cross to ground and pound, which is weird because both those fights kind of went the same way. He beat Roman Dolidze, Bevon Lewis, and James Krause. Then he was on another 2-fight losing streak. Trevin was a big kid, man, at 185. He's leaned up a bit. He throws pretty good. He got okay wrestling. And yeah, he has pretty good power. He's laid out a couple people, you know what I mean? But he's going up against the monster Louis Cozy, man, 7-1. And I don't think we've seen this dude fight since the Palatnikov fight. 27 years old, 5'9" with a 71-inch reach. So we already know Trevin Giles has the reach advantage. Representing Syndicate MMA. Yeah. He lost to Sasha Palatnikov in his official debut. The right cross to ground and pound in round 3. That slobber knocker, 3-round slobber knocker, which was really insane, man. He beat Victor Reina on the Contender Series, left hook to ground and pound. Then he fought on Combate and a couple other places, picked up some good KO, TKOs, had a 100% finishing rate, man. Still has it, but, you know, he was undefeated until the Palatnikov fight. Now, in a perfect world, all right, let me ask you a question. Who's the favorite in this fight? Because I didn't check.
Gotta be Giles. Hold on. Giles negative. Yeah, negative 225 Giles.
Negative 225 Giles.
Plus 185 comeback Luis Koski.
Yep, this is about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giles got good reach. He's a big guy coming from 185 to 170. But I don't like how he's been looking in the fights, man. Louis Cozy, other than fighting Palatnikov and wilding out instead of being patient, you know, he did too much headhunting, and it cost him that fight bad. Gassed himself out. Palatnikov, being the smaller guy a little bit, managed to just calm down and work him and make him tired and beat him up. I think he learns from this fight. Long time out from since that fight happened. His wrestling is going to be a big factor. I don't think Trevin Giles is going to out-wrestle that dude for shit. I don't think so at all. Damn. And Cozy has crazy KO ability, man. If he puts his hand to your chin, you're getting rocked. The worst thing about Trevin Giles is that Trevin Giles throws in one-shot accumens, man. He throws one shot, then chills, then throws one shot and chills. He don't really throw in combination. And if you ever watch his fights, the last time he's thrown in combination, he got knocked out. Dricus du Plessis knocked him out of a 1-2 combination. And then fucking this same fight that he fought against Morales, he got knocked out too because of the same thing.
Michael Morales is a savage.
I'm taking a Louis Cozy on this one, man. I think Cozy will be that underdog to come out here and give Trevin Giles a run for his money. Also, Trevin Giles is training with Charlie Ontiveros. Yeah, that guy.
Wait,
that
who?
Guy.
Fucking
Charlie Ontiveros.
Sideshow Bob, motherfucker.
Yes, that dude. The dude that got dropped and fucked up by Kevin Holland. The same dude that Gabriel Benitez lit up. Yeah, that guy. He's been training with that guy. So, goddamn, man. Yeah, definitely taking Louis.
I like that you like Koski too. You know, Koski just got his BJJ brown belt. Really, really strong dude. Believes in himself, a lot of power. In the last 5, he's only lost once. The only thing with here is that the size difference is gets me a little bit. But like I said, size really doesn't matter that much when it comes to your heart. But then you got to go with heart, and Koski has way more heart than Trevin Giles does. And so I'm going to be going with the dog here and the first underdog play. I'm going to go on Louis Koski plus 185, throwing down one unit, $100 on Koski to do the damn thing on the money line versus Trevin Giles. I just never felt like Trevin Giles was the real deal when it came to it. And no disrespect, but we're trying to cash bets here. The next fight of the night is going to be an absolute treat. We have Damon Jackson takes on Pat Sabatini. And Pat Sabatini is vicious. 17-3, 31 years old, 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, 6-fight win streak, fighting out of Pennsylvania, baby. Shout out to PA, where the Allentown, Pennsylvania, where the Copenhageners are from. He last took on TJ Laramie, the little midget with no arms. He won by unanimous decision. Tucker Lutz won a unanimous decision, absolutely dominated. Jamal Emmers, he won by heel hook round 1, where he absolutely ripped the whole fucking leg off poor Jamal Emmers, and he did it with absolute no intent and no respect at all. He's taken on Damon Action Jackson, who's 21, 4-1. He's 34 years old. He's 5'11" with a 73-inch reach. He's on a 3-fight win streak, fighting out of Dallas, Texas, fighting out of Fortis MMA. He last took on Daniel Argueta, and he won a unanimous decision. Daniel Argueta never tasted defeat. He was only 8-0. And then he beat Kamala Kirk, who was 11-4, arm triangle choke round 2, Charles Rosa. But then he lost to Elia Tapura, and then Mavlid in the PFL. And so, I can never really judge Damon Jackson fully because I feel like I just don't like him. Don't like his look as a fighter. I can't take him seriously. But I like Pat Sabatini. I think Pat Sabatini is a real motherfucker. If these two dudes ended up in a bar fight, ended up in the street in an alley, I feel like Pat Sabatini would absolutely beat the piss out of Damon Jackson. And maybe I could be wrong. Maybe you could tell me something, other than the size difference that Damon Jackson has. I don't see it be. I feel like you get a whole fucking little chicken leg ripped off. But let me hear what you have to say, because maybe I just don't like Damon Jackson, and I'll be honest, I just don't. I don't know why.
Well, Damon Jackson is a tricky submission artist, man.
Yeah.
He's a very funky submission artist. Willing to go through life and limb to get a submission on you,
Yeah.
Really good control on the ground against opponents. Nice to slip submissions from out of nowhere on folks.
Sabatini, sorry guys, BJJ black belt under Daniel Gracie was one of my notes. That's why I'm not so worried.
Yeah. And Damon Jackson's a really tough guy, man. However, that chin is suspect. Elia Topuria had a shorter distance, shorter reach, and managed to drop him on, put him to sleep. Movlid Kubalayev knocked him out in 10 seconds, if I remember correctly. So, that's crazy shit that happens to Damon Jackson.
Damon Jackson, purple belt in BJJ, folks.
And Pat Sabatini representing that Philadelphia BJJ wave, along with our boy Sean Brady and who's the other dude? The dude that I forgot his name, man, but he beat
You're better at
this
names
dude.
like that.
We'll remember his name though, but he beat was it Blood Diamond? He beat Blood Diamond.
Oh, okay.
A while ago. Yeah, that dude. But yeah. I'll do it, man. Pat Sabatini, man. I'm gonna roll with Pat Sabatini. Even though Pat Sabatini has been rocked in a fight or two, I think that man manages to recover pretty well. I will not discredit Pat Sabatini's chin either. But I like the way he grapples. He grapples really fucking
Jeremiah
well.
Wells is who beat.
There you go, Jeremiah Wells. That's who he trains with. There you go. And they train together. They're that little pack there.
Yep.
And
dude, they're
Pat
badass.
Sabatini, man, badass jiu-jitsu practitioners, bro. And Pat can wrestle, Pat can jiu-jitsu, and Pat's really damn solid in his. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. I like this fight because of how many scrambles and submission attempts I'm picturing in my head that they go for.
Fun, bro.
It's gonna be really, really fun. I think Pat Sabatini is prepared for this one, man. I'm gonna roll with Pat Sabatini. I think this probably goes to either when they go to a submission, it'll probably go to decision we might get a submission. I think we could get a submission.
I think so too. Yeah.
If Pat Sabatini's worked on his hands, yo, what if we see a KO TKO? I would scream. I would honestly scream. But I would
put
go with Pat Sabatini. Yeah. I would put. I'll take Pat Sabatini.
Nice. Well, I love him. Mr. B agrees, man. So I mean, obviously, I'm all over Pat Sabatini. BJJ a black belt versus a BJJ purple belt. I like the fact that we got the black belt. I like the fact that Pat Sabatini is a mean motherfucker. He's been in the game for a long time. Right now, the odds makers have Pat Sabatini at a negative 190 mark, plus 155 comeback for Damon Jackson. I'm throwing down $190, 1.9 units on Pat Sabatini to pull out the big fucking weenie and dominate Damian Jackson and do the damn thing. I feel like he get a submission or just absolutely dominant for all 3 rounds, but I think he finishes him. I think he breaks him, B. I feel like he smashes them. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like a second, third round finish is something in the books for Pat Sabatini. But if fighting is fighting, and as we've seen, anything can happen, you know?
Yep.
The next fight of the night, B, is Anthony Hernandez takes on Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going to let you jump into that first one, my man.
Oh, boy. You're going to be jumping a tough one here, man.
You're lucky I didn't give you the girls, bro.
No, you did. We have Fluffy Hernandez, man. We have Fluffy Hernandez, 9-2 versus Marc-Andre Barriault, aka Power Bar Barriault. So we're going into Anthony Hernandez, man. 28 years old, 6 foot tall with the 75-inch reach. Represent MMA Gold Fight Team, man. Out of California.
Yeah,
Last fight he had, he beat Josh Fremd, which I was thoroughly surprised, but very impressed, man. He managed to outpace and out-grapple Josh Fremd for the unanimous decision. Then he had that fight with Rodolfo Vieira where he kind of exposed Rodolfo Vieira, had Rodolfo gassed in the first round after the end of the first round to come from behind and beat him with an arm and guillotine choke round 2. Jesus Christ. He had that scrap with Kevin Holland that he lost, but he did beat Jung Yoon Park, man, with an anaconda choke. Then he lost to Marcus Perez. That we erased that because Marcus Perez not even in the UFC.
Oh my god, the wannabe Joker, remember that?
Yeah, what a lame. He's going up against Marc-Andre Barriault, man. This is my dude, but I gotta take what is it? Biases out of this. Marc-Andre Barriault, man.
Oh, now you're gonna take your bias out of it. I like your bias on this one.
Power bar, Marc-Andre Barriault, 14-5, man. 32 years old, 6'1" with the 73-inch reach, representing Quebec, Canada. Representing what is that joint again? Patenaude Kung Fu, Quebec City. Oh man, I love me. Quebec City, Quebec.
It sounded cool. GSP probably there. Joking.
Maybe. But last fight he fought Jordan Wright, where he beat him with a mounted guillotine choke, which was pretty impressive. But considering it was Jordan Wright kind of goofed up, got caught, but then he was getting beat up, so he kind of folded under the pressure. He did lose to Chidi and Njokuani, though, in Njokuani's debut, where he got beat by that overhand right, smoked in 16 seconds, that's when I took my bias out, though. See, I took my bias out for that one, and I picked Chidi. Remember?
I love Chidi.
Yeah, so, yeah, he beat Dalcha Langiambula, and he beat Abdu Azater. Marc-Andre Barriault is a type of dude. He fights. He always uses his cardio, and he uses that forward pressure. Sometimes he gets a little ditzy in fights, though, but he's bringing out a little bit more of an aggressive side to himself. I guess that's because of the Chitty fight, man. But he puts on a pretty good level of output. He does a lot of that cage against the fence clinching work. Just looks to gas you out. This is why I like this fight, because Fluffy's willing to play that same game, too. But Fluffy also likes to mix his hands up a lot more. He will put the hands, he will throw the kicks a little bit more, and that jiu-jitsu of his is a really big wild card in this fight, man.
Well, he subbed the black belt, fucking what's his name?
Vieira, man.
Yeah.
So it's like, shit, man. Fluffy might get this one. But I'm sitting here thinking, it's my dude, Marc-Andre Barriault, man. I think Barriault might come in here and give that man, you know what I mean, a little something tough to deal with. It all comes down to how many of those takedowns Fluffy could get, though. And that's where I'm like, damn, I wanted to pick Barrios, but I might leave that one alone, man, because if Fluffy gets these takedowns, Barrios in trouble.
Yeah.
And Barrios could defend a takedown or two, but it's those number of attempts, man. You see how many takedowns Fluffy attempted against Friend and managed to get those things and defend those things and even reverse. So it was like, shit, man, is Marc-Andre ready for that type of aggression? That grappling aggression coming from Fluffy. And also the strikes you got to deal with. His boxing is pretty good, man. So it was like, shit, I want to take Marc-Andre Barrios, but I'm like, damn, I might sit this one out, man, because I don't want to see my dude lose, man.
Damn, B. And I had Marc-Andre Barrios picked on just like initially on my initial feelings on the weigh-ins. I'm like, man, this dude's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, he is, man.
I can't get the right read for Fluffy. But dude, the fact that he was able to withstand Vieira, the BJJ black belt legend, obviously we have a ton of respect for him. But right now the odds makers have Fluffy at a -200. Yeah, -200 plus 165 comeback for Marc-Andre Barrios. And man, I feel like it should be closer. But I think it's the jiu-jitsu edge that people are worrying about. If he can get the takedowns and get him on the ground, he should be in trouble. But and I can't trust that Marc-Andre Barrios doesn't do something wild or crazy. And so I'm going to pick Fluffy, even though my initial thinking and feeling was Barrios. But Fluffy's also favored by a slight bit. So I just feel like that jiu-jitsu edge is really going to hurt me, and so I got to go with Fluffy. And so on the next bout, was Tanner Bozer takes on Rodrigo Naciamento. Rodrigo, who's 8-1, he's 29 years young, 6'2" with an 80-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight losing streak, fighting out of Brazil. I was trying to look at my initial notes. He last took on Alan Badeau and went to no contest punches, standing TKO KO round 2. B, do you remember what happened on the no contest? Because I don't. He lost to Chris Dawkins, right hook, Dontel Mays. He beat rear naked choke. And so, man, this dude is really big, strong. I initially have him picked as the side that I like, but he's taking on Tanner Bozer, who's 28-1. Can't be counted out. He's 31 years old, 6'2" with a 75.5-inch reach. He's on a 1-fight winning streak, and he last took on OSP, won by knee and punches round 2. Me and Mr. B know that OSP can OSP at any time, and I don't even know what to say about that. What weight was that at? Was that was that weight heavyweight?
Yeah, that was a heavyweight.
He's a small heavyweight, and so, right? He's a small heavyweight, and so he weighs in at 229, and so that's where I have to fall off the train with Bozer because he's small. And that's really the only reason why Naciamento I have picked in the heavyweight, in this heavyweight bout. Naciamento is an underdog too. So underdog money plus 140, -165 comeback for Bozer. If Bozer was I normally don't care about size, but in the heavyweight, I do. One punch behind the ear can change something and whatnot. My initial feeling was the underdog here. It's a size difference versus Bozer. What do you say? It's not even that much.
Naciamento is a big dude. He is a big dude at heavyweight, bro.
It's crazy.
Big fucking guy.
It's the same height, but the size is different.
Yeah, the weight is the weight that he is.
Yeah, 261.
Yep. And Bozer weighed in at 229 today.
Yep.
Yeah.
He can make light heavyweight if he wasn't so lazy, in my opinion.
And yet, I'm still gonna pick Tanner Bozer in this one, man. That shit is crazy. I'm taking Tanner, man. And why am I taking Tanner? Because my affinity, not just my affinity for Canadian fighters. I like me a couple. You know what I mean? Canadian fighters, I like them because of their technical ability. But I think Tanner Bozer beats this guy on the pacing. I think he'd be willing to outpace him.
I agree.
And just fire shots, man. If he can fire his shots and keep distance, I think he gets this done. Naciamento is a dude that comes in here with pretty much big. He just comes in with big shots, tries to get you against the cage, and then wraps up on you. Similar to like Augusto Sakai kind of does. And then if he's necessary, if he's able to get the takedown, then he'll get the takedown. But man, I'm definitely gonna take Tanner Bozer. I think Bozer's gonna come in here. Bozer's had a couple wins and losses. He's in need of a win. Also, that no contest. If I forgot how that no contest, man. I think it was because of an eye poke or something.
Something weird. I can't remember. It had to be an eye poke. Yeah.
Yeah, but man. Other than that, I don't think he has the speed to deal with them hands of Bozer. As I said, it'll come down to whether he can get that takedown for submission. But I think Bozer's gonna go out there and light him up, man. Bozer gonna be on a mission, so I'm taking Tanner Bozer.
Yeah, B brought up very good points. The volume and the aggression of Tanner Bozer is there. He's not, like I said, that's where you like I said, don't just like knock a small guy. Small guy will come with speed and some fucking flurries that you haven't seen before. But man, dude, it's got to catch up to him at some point. B, I can't. Like that's why it's only negative 170. If Tanner Bozer was supposed to roll through this dude so easy, I think it'd be a little heavier. I just can't take the favorite side on that one. Let me see what he
underdog.
Just for no, not betting. No, I'm not betting. Let me negative 220. So he's got better value now. So people are betting the underdog. He opened up at a negative or plus 185. He's down to the negative plus 140, like I told you. So they're definitely seeing kind of maybe what I'm seeing, or they're just hoping, wishing upon a star. And I don't think like that. So I'm hoping that that's not what the fucking side I'm on, because I feel like I'm like on the side of the Gianni the Greek gambler fucking for Dana White Contender Series. When I think like that. So with the next fight of the night, you have the treat to break it down first. It is Joseph Pfeiffer takes on Alan Amadovsky.
Oh shit, man! Pfeiffer versus Amadovsky. First of all, Alan Amadovsky made weight, y'all. Yeah. He was at 186.5, and they managed to cut an actual pound to get to 185.5.
Was he naked? Or when
he kind of did. Well, when he got, they did pull out the box for him. They pulled out the box.
Okay, so he was naked. Okay.
So he got weight. He got naked for the first weigh-in. Then they weighed him again because he had like about an hour to cut weight or so, 30 minutes to an hour to cut weight, and he cut the half of the pound. Yeah. So Amadovsky, man, 8-3, 34 years old, 5'10" with the 74-inch reach, representing Macedonia. Find out of Italy. On a 3-fight losing streak, man. He lost to Joseph Holmes by rear naked choke after he got dropped in that fight. Jesus Christ. John Phillips beat him by an overhand left in 14 seconds in round 1. And Christoph Jocko beat him by unanimous decision. Oh, boy. Other than that, yeah, damn that Jocko. Other than that, he was undefeated in a lot of other places, Bellator and some other spots, where he got a lot of wins by KOs and TKOs. He's going up against Joseph Pfeiffer, man. And
he's a tapper. Let's mark. He's a tapper and a napper, B.
We're going up against Body Bags. Joseph Pfeiffer, 9-2-0. And from what I hear, he is a big favorite in this fight, if I remember correctly.
Negative 500 plus 360 comeback, but I believe it. I feel it.
25 years old, 6'2", with the 75-inch reach. And boy, this boy is massive. 2-fight win streak representing Pennsylvania. Let's go, PA. Yes, being Ozzy Diaz on the Contender Series with the left hook and ground strikes. Beat who's it? Yeah, Austin Trotman on CFFC. Lost to Dustin Stoltzfus when he had his whole damn arm, shoulder dislocated. God damn, that shit was ugly. But then he beat Chase Gamble, had lost to somebody else, and then he had a really good streak. Pfeiffer is like what you call a complete like mixed martial artist almost. The guy could fucking wrestle, but man, can that dude box.
Yeah.
His striking and kickboxing is really, really good, man. And I forgot, they said somebody in his family was a former fighter of some sort or something like that.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
Something like that. I'm not sure, but
I know you know what you're talking about.
But yeah, man, Pfeiffer, there was a lot of talk about him on the Contender Series the first time he came in, but he got injured. And then coming back in here, I'm glad he's been there. He looked really fucking good. He looked really good at the weigh-ins, man. And, Amidovsky hasn't quite impressed me, man.
No.
He goes in there. If he's not KOing you, then he really doesn't have nothing much else to do. I think Piper goes in there and Piper just cleans his clock by whatever means necessary.
Yeah.
Really good footwork, really good boxing. He can wrestle, man. He wrestles really good. I like his entries. And he has that jiu-jitsu as well. So it's kind of like, whoa, you're dealing with a guy with that skill set and a big body, big frame.
Big.
I'm definitely taking Piper on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
If Amidovsky gets the upset, it's like, oh my God. But I'm definitely taking Piper.
I don't see it, man. Amidovsky's suspect. If you look at his record, it's 8-3. He's 3 losses in a row. He's tapped. He's been napped. Both first round. Jocko, I have no clue how he couldn't finish him, which is crazy. And then every win before that is one guy was 7-1, other guys 4-0, 0-0, 3-0, 0-1, 4-0, 0-5. Like, what the fuck is that? Joseph Piper should come in here and absolutely whoop the fucking shit out of this dude. He's size difference in the body. If you looked at him, it looked like a brick wall versus a guy who just walked out of a bar. And I know that usually works out for Alan Amidovsky. Went over there. What is that? In North Macedonia, where the fuck that is. That's crazy. So I'm going with Joseph Piper here too, B. There's nothing that I see from Alan Amidovsky that would make me want to say anything about him. The number is a little crazy on Piper because he has been he's lost 2, but I don't feel like he's the guy that's gonna pull it on us. So the next fight of the night, B, is Andre Fili. Touchy Fili takes on Bill Algeo, and this is gonna be a great fight, B. Bill Algeo, Senior Perfecto, he calls himself. He's 16-6. He's 33 years old. He's 6 foot with a 73.5-inch reach. He's on a 2-fight win streak, fighting out of King of Parisha, Pennsylvania, baby. Shout out to that PA. You know how they do it. He last took on Herbert Burns, and he won by exhaustion round 2. I can't really, I don't know if that was more Herbert Burns being a pussy or whatnot, but it was a little bit of both. Joannis Brito, he won by unanimous decision, and Ricardo Ramos, he lost by unanimous decision in his last 3. He's won 2 of his last 3. Bill Algeo, this dude's fun. His scrambles, has good kickboxing too as well, good length and reach. But he's taken on a guy that has been in the business for a while. It's Andre Touchy Fili, 21-9, 32 years old, 5'11", 74-inch reach on a 2-fight losing streak, fighting out of Sacramento, California. He last took on Joannis Brito, and he lost by punches round 1. And then Bryce Mitchell, unanimous decision, he lost 2. And then Charles L. Jourdain is last time that he showed up, won a split decision. Charles L. Jourdain we kind of just thought he was good, and we don't really know what we got, But I feel like Bill Algeo is the side here. I feel like the size difference. I've never really liked Touchy Fili's IQ or chin, or I just feel like he's a stoner dude from the island to kind of just come here to bang. It's no disrespect. I love my 808 brothers, but I'm not as connected to Touchy Fili as the rest of the Islanders, and I don't get the same love and adoration for him. Right now the odds makers have Touchy Fili at a -135 favorite, so obviously the odds makers think that I'm stupid as fuck. Plus 110 for Bill Algeo, but I'm taking Senior Perfecto here, man. I feel like he does the damn thing. Size difference. I feel like he's got better volume and striking, and more unorthodox than just different than Touchy Fili. But Touchy Fili has a lot of experience. Is the only thing to worry about. What do you say about this fight, B?
Damn, Mike. And we were just getting along, man. We were just getting along.
You a Touchy Fili, motherfucker, huh?
Damn, man. But we getting a little bit more along, man, because I'm taking Bill Algeo too. Yeah,
baby.
I can't take Philly, man. As much as Philly's been good and Philly's improved and Philly has put on mass, we've seen the muscle mass that he's managed to put on for the division, and he's getting older, more mature. He's fighting a little bit good. that fight IQ falls out of his head sometimes, man. And
Yeah,
I don't like that.
that's
And
that
Bill
stoner.
Algeo,
That's that stoner set, you know.
and Bill Algeo, regardless of what you want to say about Bill Algeo, there's two things you guarantee: a wild ass fight and a dude who refuses to quit. And that's the thing that I like about that man, Bill Algeo. Bill Algeo is willing to get in those trenches. He can grapple. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
can strike. Sometimes we want a little bit more output out of him. But there's times where he fights and he gives us a little bit more than we bargain for in fights. You know what I mean? So I'm going to look at this fight here as, this dude Touchy Feely going to try to get on there. But I think with the frame of Algeo and Algeo's pace, man, I think Algeo could be capable of outworking Touchy Feely and getting a win here, man. But I'm taking Bill. I will take Algeo.
Hey, since B's on the same side as me, feeling the same way, and it's an underdog play, we're going to be throwing down one unit on the plus 110 Bill Algeo Senior Perfecto to do the damn thing, because when me and Mr. B on the same vibe, same frequency, we got to keep on rolling and keep that train going. The next fight, B, you have the treat to break down. It's the co-main event for the evening. It's Chitty Ninja Kawani takes on Gregory Rodriguez.
Yes, sir, man. Chitty, bang, bang.
That's
Angel
my
Kawani,
dude.
man.
I'm going to be a little bit biased. So you love me some chitty, bang, bang.
Yeah, I know. 33 years old is the young man, man. 33 years old, 6'3" with an 80-inch reach. Flying out of Dallas, Texas, man. Out of
Dude,
6'10".
I get that Ricky Martin. She bangs.
She bangs.
That's what I think about.
She moves.
Chitty, bang, bang. She moves. Sorry, guys.
4-fight win streak is our guy on, man. He beat Dusko Todorovic his last fight. Nasty elbow. He cracked him with that elbow. Put that man in Sleepsville. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I loved it.
Marc-Andre Barriault, he smoked in 16 seconds of round one, which is funny. The guy he beat, is on the same card as him. Ain't that crazy? Yeah. He fought Mario Souza. Yeah. He fought Mario Souza on the Contender Series and beat him with ground and pound in round 3. Mm-hmm. Christian Torres, he beat an LFA, 91. Knee to the body and punches. He lost in Bellator. He fought Rafael Carvalho and John Salter. One dude beat him by decision, one by rear naked choke. Had a pretty good run in Bellator, I won't lie. But he's going up against Gregory Rodriguez. And if you guys know, on this side here, we kind of like ourselves a little bit of RoboCop.
We like RoboCop. We like us some.
Yes, sir. 30 years old, 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. I still refuse this man is 30 years old. Somebody needs to hand his birth certificate over so we can know, because ain't no way. He looked like 40. Damn near 40. Yeah.
He looked this motherfucker like the Cuban baseball team sending their little league team over, and motherfuckers got hair and whiskers and shit.
Hell yeah, like that scene in the freaking bench warmers.
Yeah.
Where he said, let me see the birth certificate. He pulled it out in crayon and said, I am 12. But man, Julian Marquez, he fought last. Beat him with punches, 3 minutes, 18 seconds, round 1. Lost to Armin Petrosian by split decision. Beat Cody, he had the grappling. Beat John Yoon Park, there you go, with punches, standing TKO. And beat Dusko Todorovic too. He also knocked out Josh Friend. But this is where we go here, man. Now, Gregory Rodriguez got jiu-jitsu. Gregory Rodriguez has improved on his striking. He likes to play the game a little bit. Sometimes he wants to play a little bit too much on the feet sometimes. You know what I mean? That fight that he had with Petrosian, it was a fight where he should have won, but Petrosian managed to defend some takedowns and get a little bit more busy on the feet. Kind of upset about it. Why I bring that fight up, Chitty got these same strengths and then some. Chitty is a big frame dude as well. Chitty has serious power in his strikes. And he's a lot more smarter, and he's got his takedown defense pretty solid now, but it's going to be a matter of can he defend the takedown attempts out of Rodriguez, because Rodriguez is another big boy. And that's pretty much it as far as, defending the takedowns. Because Chitty's pretty solid with his stand-up. Him and his brother, they've been kickboxers for some years now. So looking at this fight, I'm like, shit. I wanted to take RoboCop, man. But do we take Chitty? Mike.
Sorry, bro. A plus 105 RoboCop, negative 130 Chitty. If that changes your,
shoot.
If that changes your little tune.
Damn, that's damn.
I like.
Do you take Rodriguez or do you take Chitty?
I got Chitty. I've been feeling Chitty the whole time. I can't jump off that Chitty bang bang. I'm hoping he comes and jumps me on that train.
Shit, man.
It's hard.
It's because of the stand up, and Chitty doesn't need that much time to land a shot to put you away.
4-inch reach. 4-inch reach advantage for Chitty, even though they are 6'3", and that's not including Chitty's legs.
And Chitty's a good counter striker himself. That's something that you got to take into consideration as well.
Not a heart. If Gregory RoboCop doesn't finish this in a round and a half, he's absolutely fucked because Chitty's going to be there for all 3 rounds.
Yes, the cardio is a big thing as well. That is very fact. That is fact.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that cardio thing.
The cardio thing is a very big issue, guys. Gregory RoboCop, once he doesn't have his way as the hammer, he gets very wobbly. You can see him there, kind of like his equilibrium. He gets like zombie-ish. His volume goes down from 100 fucking strikes a fucking minute to almost like 15 because his arms are so gassed,
Yeah, and then he goes to struggle strikes where he's trying to just land a big one.
Chitty's not going to have to deal with that at all because he's so thin,
Yeah, and Chitty will just pretty much stick to just low kicking the legs and freaking just jabbing until he finds his straight hand. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So shit.
Chitty's smart.
Gregory Rodriguez, we like you on this side, man.
You like both of them.
We gotta take Chitty, man. We gotta take Chitty bang bang. Chitty bang bang.
You gotta roll with Chitty, And like I said, negative 130, bet MGM, plus 105 comeback for Gregory Rodriguez. There's no way that I can't fire on a guy like Chitty and Jagwani, who's negative 130. So I'm throwing down $130, 1.3 units versus Gregory RoboCop. And it's mostly because Gregory has shown me that he doesn't have the gas tank to stand there with someone for 3 rounds. And Chitty is the type of dude who could keep distance, could kick him in his chest, and keep circling around and gas him out for a round and a half, or survive for the round that Gregory Rodriguez is going to be throwing absolute fucking haymakers. But man, it's going to be a great bout, and I just absolutely love Chitty. I think the value is pretty good. Negative 130, it could be worse. In the sense. So I really do like Chitty for all 3 rounds. With that said, the main event of the evening, Corey Sandhagen takes on Yadong Song. And man, dude, I love me some Yadong Song, the king of Kung Fu, 19-6-1. He's 24 years young, 5'8" with a 67-inch reach. He's fighting out of 16th century China. He last took on Marlon Moraes and absolutely devastated him. Round 1 in front of the whole world and sent that motherfucker packing. Then he took on Julio Arce and he beat the brakes off him in round 2 in punches and bunches. Casey Kenny, wrestler, cardio extraordinaire, fucking little baby Merab Devashili himself almost. He beat Casey Kenny as well, split decision. So it shows you that he is all around when he needs to be. He's only lost to Kyler Phillips, but that's because Kyler Phillips has a really freak striking game, and that really threw off Yadong Song back in 2021. It doesn't seem that long ago, but he's had 4 fights since the Kyler Phillips fight, and I like Yadong Song's power. I like everything about this 16th century Chinese warrior, but he has not been tested by a guy that likes Corey Sandhagen, the Sandman, 14-4, 30 years old, 5'11", with a 70-inch reach, and he's on a 2-fight losing streak, though. Fighting out of Aurora, Colorado. He's on a 2-fight losing streak though, but versus Peter Yan unanimous decision and TJ Dillashaw, which is a split decision that most people thought that he won. So can't really fault that at all. Then Frankie Edgar, he beat Marlon Moraes. Aljamain Sterling, rear naked choke. He got caught up in round 1. Pretty much his only real flaw, in my opinion, because Peter Yan, I feel like he learned so much from that bout. And that's what I feel like on this bout, that Yadong Song is going to end up learning a whole lot from a guy like Corey Sandhagen, who's going to be scrambling, running around for 5 rounds, flipping, doing transitions and submission attempts all over the place like a fucking spider monkey. It's hard for me. I like Yadong Song and I want to pick him, but I can't. Corey Sandhagen is the rightful side in my opinion. -190 on BetMGM, +155 comeback for Yadong Song. And it's just that experience factor. It's the little bit of everything that I need from a guy. So I'm going to go with Corey Sandhagen because of the little bit of size too, and experience. Man, I feel like he's done a lot in this game already, and he's the right side. But what do you say, Bob? Baby?
This is a really good main event, man.
Yeah,
Corey Sandhagen, number 4. Yadong Song, number 10 in the bantamweight rankings. Top 10's fighting here, man. We know Yadong Song's out of Team Alpha Male. He's gonna have a little bit of that wrestling game. He is fast as hell and powerful AF, bro.
Yeah.
He is a dangerous cat, and he's willing to throw those headshots, but also willing to throw some of that body punches and do body work on opponents. He had really good kicks, but we always just see his footwork and his punching combinations come into effect, as most typical Team Alpha Male fighters. But on the other hand, we got Corey Sandhagen, and as you said, he's fought nothing but beasts since coming into the UFC, man. You can't discredit the guy. You know, he's lost to Peter Yan, he lost to TJ Dillashaw. Those are 2 of the best in the division.
Dude, ton.
Like for real, man. And you went toe to toe. It's not like you got knocked out or obliterated. You had two pretty close fights between these guys, man.
Well, TJ, I thought TJ lost, even though we bet TJ. So thank you, TJ. Thank you for that W over here on Gobe's Corner. But motherfucker, you lost. I'm thankful. Fuck off.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And if there's an Achilles to Corey Sandhagen, it is the wrestling aspect. That little bit of wrestling / grappling, because we've seen freaking Aljamain Sterling take advantage of it. We've seen TJ Dillashaw take advantage of it. When you use it, you got to implement it heavy, though, to beat this guy. Because Corey Sandhagen will obliterate you on output and speed alone. Just the solid tempo and the volume that man possesses is insane. And he doesn't quite slow down. He picks up pretty well. As we see in those 5-round fights, he's holding down 4 rounds easy. You know what I mean? He just tends to kind of slow down.
Yeah. He trained in Colorado at elevation.
Yeah, so if anything, he probably barely even slows down in the last round, and he's been through the 5-round war. That's the big thing. Dude, has Song Yadong dealt with that? How has Song Yadong looked in 3-round fights where he has to work? You know, he kind of slows down a little bit in those last couple rounds, man. This is a tough fight because I was saying, you know, Yadong Song could come in here, take Sandhagen out of his placement, you know, get a takedown, threaten with the takedown and open him up so he could throw his shots and possibly get a KO or TKO. But Corey Sandhagen has too much experience, and I think he's too smart for that, man. And I think this is the fight where he showcases himself once again, and we see him possibly getting a finish in this fight, maybe.
Yeah.
Corey Sandhagen got volume and craziness. So I'm going to roll with you on this one, man. Corey Sandhagen taking 2 L's, 2 close, decisive L's, which is pretty upsetting. I think he comes back to shine on this one, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Plus 250 for Corey Sandhagen inside distance right now. -190 for his money line. That I like that inside distance. I feel like he could get it done round 4, round 5 after he makes Yadong Song feel the deeper waters, man. But with that said, that will be the bets for this weekend's UFC Vegas 60, which is Corey Sandhagen versus Yadong Song, man. And so they loved the vibes of that card. I cannot wait, and should be a lot of fun. But we do have a little bit of extra time, and so sometimes I want to talk about stuff we don't even have any time, but we're gonna talk about this, and it's like I hope my one lady isn't watching the show, but she probably is, and it's very unfair what I'm gonna talk about. Okay, now you guys want all equal rights, and you want all equal this and that. Now, ladies, when you find a spider or a cricket or a moth in your bathroom or the kitchen, that's your fucking find. That's your kill. It's your problem. It's your job. Okay. I've been with my girl for 10 years and I'm tired. Like, I don't want to fucking fight the spider either. I'd rather fight you. I'd rather fight you than the spider. I'd rather fight you than the fucking spider web. I'd rather fight you than the fucking cricket. I don't get why do we always got to kill the shit? I get it. Like, we're tougher. We're big. Like, bro, like, did you ever play Mario Brothers and be like, I came across the final stage boss. Here you go. Can you beat it for me? No, never. Okay. That's your boss. That's your fucking stage in life. Stop this shit, ladies. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. Like, I don't want to fucking kill the spider. I don't fucking care that I'm bigger and tougher. I don't want to. I got to kill enough spiders myself. So, B, I don't know how you feel about that, but I know you get called upon a lot by your family over there to kill shit, huh?
Yeah. Or just like this little mouse. Get the mouse.
Little Brooklyn mouse comes in there, and B's got to come in there over there and turn into fucking Groundhog Day and shit. So, I just don't get it. Like,
I agree with you though.
Maybe the first year was cool. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'll kill everything for you. 10 years in, it's your find. Don't bother me about your find. Find a shoe, smush the motherfucker. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't get why we always gotta be singled out, like to do the damage. Like, handle your shit. Like I said, it's your boss, it's your stage, and you fucking handle that, dude. But so either way. I've been wanting to talk about that for a while on the show.
Man, you got a good point, man.
Hey, this was supposed to happen like a month ago, but me and B talk so much sometimes that there's not even any time to elaborate on just random shit. But for real, dude, like, I think one time we had a moth, like a horse moth. It was like this fucking big, bro. It fucking came into the house, dude, and fucking was flying all over, looking like a fucking bat, dude. And my, I get it. I was like, bro, you get it. I'm fucking gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go hide in my room, lock the door. Shit's crazy. Why does this have to happen? But with that said, man, you want to shout out your Twitter handle, B, and let everyone know where they can find you for the weekend's events and to shoot the shit on Twitter and whatnot.
Oh, sure, man. Find me on Twitter, Mr. B at Mr. B 1986. MISTERB. Yeah, man, I'm there. I tweet out info on fights and stuff like that, my thoughts. Hit up the DM, man, if you want to leave a question or you got anything that you want to share or whatever. I'm there, man, to, I'll share that. I'll retweet that and all that. And catch me on OK Live on the weekends, man, if you're trying to watch.
Ryan's married too, and he don't want to fucking fight no spiders either,
Exactly, man. You don't want to deal with that shit.
Call someone else. Don't be fucking calling on me, the KOPE. But right now on the screen, we have the winning bet slip that I had for last weekend's. Nate Diaz took on Tony Ferguson. I had some little troll, little wannabe, little queer boy tell me that I didn't bet $251. So, yeah, like I said, 251 on Diaz to win 301. You know how the fuck we do. The KOPE and Mr. B. Thank you so much for this weekend's episode, B.
One more thing, man. We had one fight scratched on this card. Sarah McMahon and
that's right, Ladd, your girl,
Aspen Ladd.
How did your girl? She's so fat. I don't want to hear it.
I'm not even gonna say that. I'm just gonna say I don't know what's wrong with my girl right now. My girl is having these weight cutting issues. It's crazy, man. I know she looked so defeated on the scale today, man. It was just like, wow,
dude. How many times? Bro, is that 3, 4?
It's about 3 times. Well, 3 times of missing weight, in combination with like near misses, it's been a couple. She does have tough weight cuts these past couple fights, bro. Either she's missing weight or she's had to go hard in the paint to cut the weight to make 135 or at least 136. So it's like, Jesus, man. She looked defeated, and I see Sarah McMahon get on that scale, and I was like, damn, look at Sarah. She's happy as hell.
40-something-year-old, ex-Olympian, fucking, I mean, pretty good body on it. Like, if you could be that old with kids and have a body that you could just rump like that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and then it's like, then Laz got on, and Lad looked so tired when she was walking towards the scale. I was like, oh no, we got problems here. We got problems. And I said, nah, Mike is gonna thrash me about this one.
You're
and
lucky.
Then when she weighed in, I said, oh.
It didn't pop up on because I go on Topology, for the bouts.
Yeah.
And so when it comes up in the bout order, it disappears off the screen. So because I am a little bit tipsy off the Modelo, shout out to Modelo. I didn't even get to think about even talking about it. But either way, it is what it's like beating a dead horse, and Aspen man. What do you say?
Aspen got to go to 145, man. You got to put talent at 145 and put Aspen at 145.
Every time I think about
Nunes
Aspen,
is still,
I think about Aspen Ladd. I think about Mackenzie Dern's fine ass. Holy shit, Mackenzie Dern is a smoke show, bro. Like, if that's something we need to get in, she should be the ring girl, walk around in a dress, get paid more money than all the girls. Like, she's so fly, dude. Like, Aspen Ladd is nothing compared to Mackenzie Dern, folks. Holy moly.
Aspen Ladd's a cutie, man, but Aspen Ladd got to get some things. I think she got to get things together, man.
That's boo-boo.
And having her boyfriend or husband, whoever that is, with her, as your training companion, stuff like that. You might have to branch out, man. You got to get some tough love, man.
Obviously, your boyfriend
just get focused.
Yeah, your boyfriend, fiance, or a significant other doesn't know shit about shit except dick and shit. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, because, Misha Tate did it. Misha Tate had to leave, and do things. And you see Cheyenne Valise must, she's going off doing her thing. And some people, but I hope she gets her stuff together, man. Because if not, it's either fight at 145 or UFC might end up just being like, yo, forget this and cut it.
Throw her to Duran. Bring Duran back and throw Aspen Ladd at her again. That's what I'd like to see. But with that said, man, I've had a blast shooting the shit with you for these bets for UFC and a little bit of fun after. Like I said, follow Mr. B on Twitter. Mr. B, was it Mr. B, the MMA guy? 1985?
Just Mr. B, 1986.
Okay, 1986. I'm 85. Sorry, I got the year wrong. So, yeah, but I appreciate you, my dude. I appreciate every single one of you guys who make the show possible. Until next week, until next time, till we got a green light in the corner, let's cash these motherfucking bets and let's fucking